Yeah, hey Darren, I thought I'd do a video for you. Um, I've been leaving a few messages on your vids, but it doesn't really explain me or what I'm talking about or anything else. And I couldn't be bothered typing anymore. I'm so over typing. I've been typing all my life, type, 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 type. I thought, no, fuck it. I do videos for my friends, uh, and particularly I've got a Romanian girlfriend. She's just a friend. I've had her for years, and I usually do either a voice message or a video each day. Lately, it's been mainly for voice messages. Um, but yeah, so I thought I'll just do a video to you, see how it goes. And to be honest, I've sort of been toying with the idea of setting up a MGTOW channel, but I don't know, it's not my style. I like sort of personal relationships, uh, just one-on-one. Talking to a group, I don't know, and then you get all those comments and everything. I couldn't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be popular. I don't want to monetize it or anything else like that. Yeah. So I don't know what to do there. I don't even know where I'll put this up, whether I'll create another channel or just put it on one of my existing channels. And I've got about 10, I suppose. Like me to someone to someone to someone else. Yeah. So and really the only one is Karina. Boomba, I call her Boomba. She's the main one. I've got about 300 videos up there of her, which actually, it's interesting. Sometimes I might go back and watch them because they document pretty much, I think she came back about 2014, was it? Something like that. I separated in late 2013 and went through fucking hell really for 2 years. And she got sacked from a job. She's in Romania. She's an engineer, and she was doing animations or something like that. So she started talking to me again, and sort of we helped one another through a pretty bad period. But um, yeah, so and I did all these videos, and then I sort of stopped doing them for a while. But then I saw your. I was just scrolling through something. Oh, after all this bloody sexual harassment shit, I went back to MGTOW. I'd sort of drifted away from MGTOW for a while, and I was starting to sort of slowly come back into the plantation, if you like. And then I wanted to try something. It's a long story, but I won't explain it. But and I did it with this Filipino woman. It was just I wanted to try. Okay, I've set up a friendly club, a thing called the Friendly Club, which is just basically a website, and you just click and you buy drinks for people, and you sit on Skype and have a drink together. Um, and I thought it'd be a good idea. I thought it'd be a good business idea. I was thinking about advertising it here in Australia and setting it up in having the women in the Philippines. I thought, well, it's just better than being a cam whore, isn't it? I mean, cam sex is illegal in the Philippines, and I thought, oh, well, this way guys can sit there have an afternoon, like myself, I'm here alone. Um, oh, hang on, I should explain that the background is fake, okay? It's a green screen. Sorry. I've got my Greek. I like the Greek setting. It's a good one. Yeah, I'll show you. Hang on, yeah, it's all bullshit. I should. Yeah. So there's the green screen. I'm actually in a trailer. Well, there we go, back in Greece. Okay, so don't be deceived by different appearances all the time. But yeah, anyway, this is part of the friendly club. I was thinking, oh, wouldn't it be great, have a cup of coffee with somebody. Hey, you want a cup of coffee? Yeah, I'll buy you one. You want a drink? Yeah, let's have a drink together. Yeah. want to buy? You want a hamburger or something? But anyway, the idea, it just flopped with them because they didn't think it was possible. How do you have a drink online? I'm like, for a little bit extra, we'll throw in. I'm self-taught. I go to the fridge and get the drinks for myself, but I don't know whether I do it properly. But I can arrange. I was being very sarcastic. I was getting pissed off to you. I was like, how do you fucking have a drink online? Just fucking sit there and have a drink. Get drunk together. You're sharing an emotion. You don't actually have to be sitting there next to one another. Fucking drink. Fuck. Yeah. So. Anyway, I just, fuck it, forget it. They scanned me, they laughed at me, the whole thing. I just, fuck it, forget it. So I tried it with this Floor, a woman called Floor. Oh, fuck. It was good. We basically I went there for a drink. She said, I don't want to drunk it. So, okay, we won't do that. And and this and that. Yeah. In the end, 2 weeks later, I said, oh, look, I don't want to get married, Floor. That was it. Cut. Total. Bang. Forget it. And I thought, oh, fuck this. This is just stupid. So I went back to MGTOW. And at least I proved that my idea worked. You can have a drink. She showed me how to cook Filipino food. I've got a barbecue, sort of a trolley, food trolley right next, just for that purpose. And I put the cam on it, and she showed me how to brown the onions a bit more. No, turn the heat up. Yeah, put more heat. Oh, okay, fuck you. I only use one ring. I'm trying to be frugal here. Yeah, so, and I put a bit more oil in it. It was that good. Yeah, and it was just like she was there. And it got that way that we were almost living together for 2 weeks. Fucking brilliant. But at least I know that the idea would work. And I just think, yeah, that'd be fun. And that was despite the fact she had this. She thought she had a microphone in her her headset. You know that how you got that thing there. She thought it was a microphone. For a whole week, it was no mic. She only had a microphone in her laptop, and she spoke. She's never spoken to somebody who can speak fluent English. So I had to teach her how to speak English. She didn't have a microphone, and fuck it, I had my phone internet plugged into the wrong USB slot. That's how fucking bad it was. So I had all those horrible noises come through. I had it in USB 1, not in USB 2. I think I've even got USB 3 on this computer. It's just fucking it. What a disaster. It still worked. It still actually worked. So that part of it was good. But as soon as I said I didn't want to marry her, that was it. Chop. Just didn't even want to talk to me. I thought, oh, fuck this. So I went back to MGTOW. And I should explain. Yeah, I go in a room on Pal Talk called the Wild Jungle and Sexy Cam. So I used to just about live there for a few years. And I'm the room dancer. Here, I'll show you what my background for the hair looks like. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's sort of like this. There's different ones. I've got 3. But yeah, see, I've got these slutty shorts that a pair of shorts that I've cut the legs out. and I wear this long white t-shirt, drop my shorts off, and the chicks all they just stare at me. I mean, I'm 60, right, fat, bald, and they're staring at me. They got all these other young guys going there, get their dicks out, but no, here I am dancing for them. Yeah, this is all part of my way of how to live MGTOW lifestyle. You know, it's like I quickly got over stage 1 of, you know, women are cunts and women are shit and women are all this and that. I thought, oh, fuck, that's boring. Okay, yeah, we all know that. But how do we actually live? What do we do? What sort of things can we do? How can we live happily? Yeah, it's all well and good to say, yeah, it's a great way to live. Hang on, where's great? Let's go to Bali. Yeah, it's better. Here we are, we're in Bali now. Yeah, I like Bali. Yeah, Bali's good. Yeah, so it was all part of what, yeah, it's all good, yeah, but how do you actually live, you know, and what sort of things? And that sort of interested me. I was going through the depths of alcoholism at that stage. I was drinking every day. I was getting this huge red blotch starting to come across my forehead. And I thought, oh, fuck, this is not going well. I was still chipping along trying to work. And I'm on benefits, you know, because I had a business with my wife. It took us years to set up. We helped people online with accounting software. And it was just starting to go really well. You know, the whole idea was we don't have a house or anything. You know, I'd invested all my time and energy into this business because I knew that she'd want to be with the children. She'd want to stay with the children. So, you know, we're in a small country town here. And if they moved to Canberra or to Sydney or a major city, she could go with them with this mobile business where she helps people with her accounting software. So it took us forever to set this fucker up, you know. And we were so early with it. She used to help people blind. She couldn't log in. You know, she just, she's good. She's no doubt good. But, yeah, once it was set up and once it was running and she's earning like $50 an hour, yeah, that's it. I'm gone. Chopped, just like Floor did. Chopped, but don't get to see the kids. And she's alienating me from the children. She's poisoned me against them. She has narcissistic personality disorder, as best as I can tell. And the only reason I knew that, and I knew it very quickly, was she was obviously not encouraging the children to keep in touch with me. I thought, what the fuck's going on here? And particularly my youngest daughter, I had a great relationship with her. And I thought, why is she? What it was like she was like a debtor that doesn't want to pay you, and telling obvious lies. You know what it's like. Someone owes you money and they're trying to get away from it. Oh, what's going on here? So I went on the net and I looked it up and found. It took me about 5 minutes. A parental alienation syndrome, it's called, and there's two reasons for it. One is borderline personality. The other one's narcissistic personality disorder. And I looked up borderline personality disorder. It was no, that's not it. Narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah, tick, 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 tick. Fuck. Okay. So from there, I went to learning all about narcissism, and it just seems to be an explosion of it at that time. And it's actually a fact that people like me know a fucking lot about it because we've watched a lot of vids on it and we've read a lot about it and researched it because it was a problem for me in a 30-year marriage. I never knew what it was. And yeah, it was, that's what it was, narcissistic personality disorder. And it just about drove me mad. It's like living with an alcoholic, except they don't fucking drink. Yeah, oh, fucking Jesus, man. I was almost suicidal by the end of it. In fact, that's how it all occurred. If you're interested, I'll tell you the whole story again sometime. Fuck me. It was just like, I was almost ready to fucking eat a box of sleeping tablets. And then fucking social services, it was almost like an after sales service. You go and eat the fucking tablets, Bob. Go on, just do it. Yeah. But it's a long story, and I got through it, I think, half. Yeah, but so anyway, that's 4 or 5 years, 2000, or say September 2013, that all happened. And, I'm trying to, for the most part, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on, really? What's all this feminism shit? Like I've always got my head in, how do I get this idea to work, or this business idea to work, or fuck, what have I got to do here, and yeah, and so I didn't really, I guess nobody did. Yeah, so anyway, when it slowly started, and I ran across this thing I was telling you about this morning, this cultural Marxism. And I couldn't understand it. I mean, I could understand sort of what was happening. It happened, goes all the way back to the 1920s. This idea of equality and utopia, and that one, Marxism. Everybody's equal and blah 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 blah. And then I started hearing about the KGB were involved somehow, and Russia was, and I thought, yeah, but in all honesty, I look at Vladimir Putin and I don't really see him as being an evil person. He seems to be saying, can we work together on this? Can we collaborate here? And I couldn't join it up. I thought, because I watch a lot. I watch RT, a lot of YouTube vids. I love it. Alternative media gives me exposure to. I look at it as like collage living. And getting, like a collage, painting, that you make up out of other bits and, sort of all that, and get a total view. Not one person's view of it, like mainstream media, or, this is just the way it is. Don't worry about it. I love everybody putting in their 2 bits and getting different views from all over the world. Okay. But this one threw me. I couldn't join up the dots, all right? Because on one hand, I thought, no, I don't care what anybody says. I don't think the Russians are really that much of a threat. I don't think they're doing anything particularly. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I can gather and from what people are saying, it doesn't seem to be that way. And besides, if they're going to invade Europe, they're doing it pretty fucking slowly. So I sort of okay. Anyway. And I thought, yeah, but it's getting worse and worse. And the penny dropped. I'm forever having these epiphanies every day, just about. But the penny dropped. Yesterday, and even this morning when I wrote to you, and I thought, hang on, what I think has happened is this was set up by the Soviet Union. Like, they were talking big 50-year plans back there. How do you destroy Western, or at least protect yourself against the West? Because, the Cold War and that sort of thing, there was a war going on. I don't think anybody disputes that. So, and this is that they've had defectors, KGB defectors came out in the 1970s. And they said, yeah, this is the plan. This is what they're going to do. They're going to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And but I was thinking it was modern day Russia. It wasn't. It was the Soviet Union. That's who was doing it. That's who the war was. Yeah. So the Soviet Union devised this whole plan to destroy the West. But in the meantime, the Soviet Union's collapsed. 1989, that was it, finished. Gorbachev came back, dead. And now what's happened, even the Russians don't like cultural Marxism because they've sort of gone away from it. They've sort of, they're trying to modernise, do things differently. Yet they don't like cultural Marxism either. And fucking Putin won't put up with feminism, or, he's very strong on religion, and they're fighting against it. But it's the ghosts of the Soviet Union, that's haunting everybody. They sent people and they exported the ideology to destroy the West. So all these people back in the 60s, that were sort of disenfranchised or looking for a purpose, they took up the idea. And those people have since gone into, education, into unis, they sort of, to stop dropping out, and they started working, getting back in. And they've taken that ideology, the weathermen and those sort of people, whoever they are, into our social services, into the police force. So all the disease, if you like, that was created is still happening, but the person who created it has died. It's dead, finished. They don't even want it anymore. No, we don't want that. Yeah, but we are being, in 1989, we're like, yes, we won, we beat them, yeah. But we didn't, because we've actually been infected by what they were going to destroy us with. So the plan to destroy us is still happening. Okay. And we're just being fucked over by it. But this is what I was saying. Step 1 is, that they reckon is demoralise the nation, the one that you're averting. Okay. And the next step is to destabilise it, and that's the stage we're going through it next. Next one is to create the crisis. Let's get a civil war happening. That's with this Antifa and all this sort of thing. Makes no sense. It's just to get the civil, and then the step 4 is normalisation, and that means, they'll just go and they'll align all the feminists, all the Antifa up against the wall, and shoot them all, because that they're referred to as useless idiots. Yeah, so it's like a whole movement that's been created by somebody who no longer exists, but it's still happening. Yeah, so, and that's what has happened to you and to me. It got me via the police. And I sort of thought, oh no, they'd probably say to me, look, I sort of encouraged them, like, can we talk about it? My wife seems very, very stressed. She's very angry. And I sort of expect, you all right, and how can we help? Can you talk to her and that sort of thing? No. But served a fucking violence order on me. For acting out how she was. I acted how she was when she got really mad. You fucking man. They said I had a problem. And I was just like, holy shit. I was blown away. I thought, has the world gone mad? Have they all gone fucking crazy? She was stressed out. We've got a super high achieving daughter, okay? She's really, really up there. And normally when you're super, super high achieving, you have 3 or 4 tutors, people who know how to handle. No, my wife did it all. We separated right in the fucking middle of it, just to add a bit more stress. Shit. But that'll be no trouble, because they don't have, NPD don't have feelings, okay? They suppress the real selves. They don't really exist. It's probably like your ex-girlfriend. She's just an act. That's why she can be a rock star and you can't, because she can figure out exactly what people want, right? And she'd be NPD. But by the way you describe her, she knows. She would have been doing it her whole life, yeah, and that's what they do. It happens under age 3. Okay, they do everything to please mummy and daddy and everybody else. Okay, and they spend their life doing that. But sadly, they never discover themselves. They never find who they really are. It's um, it's sad. My wife's in the same situation. My wife is actually in a worse situation because her mother was in Malta. My wife's half Maltese, half Greek, and her mother was in. She was about 12, I think, in Malta when Hitler was bombing the Maltese, and she used to hide in the underground. 12-year-old girl, and they're bombing the fuck out of them, right? And she never really recovered. Okay, which you can understand it, but it's yeah, it comes. Narcissistic personality disorder comes from childhood trauma. Now, in my wife's case, my wife didn't actually have the trauma. Her mother did. Okay, but her mother was all over her. You know, too much probably. Okay, and my wife, the eldest child, all over it. Plus, to deal with the trauma, her mother was drinking little glasses of whiskey, this being hidden, just here, just that, just help me get through the next hour. You know, there was no counselling, no medication, nothing like that. So what did they do? They found the best way, whiskey. Okay, so she became an alcoholic very, very early in the piece. But because she was so over her, her personality seemed to have gone, the same person. And it's so bad that I can actually say to my wife, my wife doesn't drink, right? Your mother had a drinking problem. She'll deny it. She's in total denial. No, she doesn't. Your father had a drinking problem. You know, he was like this. He was total alcoholic. He used to drop in for what we call schooners of wine on the way home from work. He worked for the railways. Schooners, 15 ounce, you know. No, he didn't have a drinking problem. He had 4 of those on the way home before he got seriously into drinking. I said, for fuck's sake, he's an alcoholic. No, he was not. No, he had diabetes. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so, yeah, I had to go through all of that. It's total insanity. Total madness. Yeah. But thank God, I barely got out of there, and I really learned all about YouTube. I'd been watching a little bit of YouTube, but it was... yeah, and then I was just, because I would have topped myself otherwise. I couldn't handle it. But it's all explained. You've got heaps of people, heaps of videos explaining the whole thing. And, you know, I didn't end up going on antidepressant tablets, didn't see a psychologist, didn't see anybody. And I've actually managed to, I got pissed the other night, but, you know, I'll drink, a couple of long necks of beer every other day. And I want to cut that down too. Plus, I've cut my food consumption down. Yeah, it's generally, I'm sort of, I can't believe it, but life is actually getting better for me. But it was, and then you came on the scene. And I thought, I like Darren. I like your fresh approach. I like your honesty. I like your, you're all over the place, and it's just natural. You're not sort of acting. And it's funny, you really only notice it when you watch one of your videos and then watch somebody else, and they're really structured, and you go, the fuck is this all? And most people are trying to tell you how to lead your life, okay, aren't they? I mean, really, let's be honest. You've got to do this, and you've got to do that. And also, you'll find most people talk about all these other people, how bad they are, and they're narcs. I'm sorry, mate, they're just fucking narcs. They're actually saying, these people are wrong, I'm right, I'm better than you. And you don't say that. And I love the way you try to, look, who are you to advise anybody? Same as me. That's how I feel. Who am I to fucking advise? Best I can do is just talk generally about my life and what the fuck's happening and what happened and what I think might be the reason behind it. And I don't really know. Like I said, it's taken me 4 years to join up the dots so far, and I could be wrong. But that's just how I felt, just from this collage of videos that I'm seeing and what have you. But I also sent you a link on that Australian psychologist. I really think he's got a point. I think it's you've got the pseudo alphas, and I've actually been told. I was told by one, why don't you talk a bit tougher and sound like me? And these are the guys that are winning the the sexy. Oh, for fuck's sake! Just because you sound tough, talk tough, doesn't mean you are tough. For fuck's sake! And I have to sit there and just listen because they'd sort of look at me like he actually said, "You're a new age guy," and I said something about a new age guy, and he didn't think I knew what it was, and he said, "Oh, that's a new thing." I said, I haven't heard the term since 1990, since the 1990s. That was it. He shut up after, oh, you fuckwit, a fucktard. Yeah, but it was just, yeah, that's what they're like. Yeah, the pseudo alphas, this guy calls them, yeah, fake alphas, the fake tough guy. This is what you describe in your vids, all these guys that, yeah, and chicks, and he was saying, yeah, they're winning the battle at the moment. The sex, getting the roots, the fucks, yeah. And then you've got the nice guys. He said you don't want to be in that fucking area either. He said, yeah, no, you don't want to be a nice guy. He said, no, the idea is to get yourself up the other end to the authentically grounded guy, and that's just a guy who is what he is, but he's not necessarily like I'm not necessarily a nice guy just because I sound like a twit. Yeah. Um, yeah, but it's just, in fact, what seems to be happening to me is the more I learn about it, I actually I'm quite bored with women. Yeah, they just seem, particularly the Asians ones that I talk to, they seem to just want to, the good ones. Okay, I seem to get. I've got a whore friend. She's really good. I just bought her a shirt and a handbag, and she's really thrilled about that because she's going for a passport in February, and it's only $10 or $12 or something. But I bought it on on eBay and put her address as a default address. So yeah, I bought it and sent it to her. And she's really tickled pink. And it's funny because you think, she's a whore, cam whore, and she's always wanting money. She said, I just want money. I don't want an And we all love her because she's honest. And it's fucking great. At least she's just telling the fucking truth. All she wants is money. Yep. And and we all try to support her, but she's a scammer. I call her a scammer. Although she's always, her internet's so fucked, it keeps dropping out. They use neighbours net there, so they all hang off the neighbours' internet. So it takes them 25 minutes to log on. And she's forever saying, oh, can you buy me a net? So everybody buys a net. She never buys a net. She uses the same story as, all right, fuck that. I'm not buying you anything, not sending you money for any reason anymore. Yeah, buy your stuff. Yeah, but I like her. She's good. She's honest. Yeah, she fucks around, and I couldn't give a shit. And besides, I've known her for ages. I kept going back to her. It was actually for her I set up the friendly club. She wanted a horse side. I said, no, I don't want to do that. So no, I think this is a better idea. I think, I'll set up this, first I can advertise here in Australia, old guys like me have a drink with young, anyway, doesn't matter. Didn't work. Fucking nice site though. Yeah, I had it all sort of worked out so that, yeah, I'd take a commission out of like if they bought her a drink for $3, I'd get 10%, 15% or something like that. It actually crossed my mind. Someone like you could, I could go into business with somebody like you, but I don't know. I don't know. Just don't know how to do it anymore. I've sort of lost interest. I've got about 4 business ideas going, all at the same time, and I found that because when I was with my wife, we just had one idea. Oh, fuck, It's like you don't smoke dope, but when I was a kid, I used to smoke a lot. Not, but I mean, I'd smoke a whole joint and get paranoia, and everything slows down to just a crawl, and that's what it's like. Yeah, it's just moving so fucking slowly. You get paranoid, and that could be happening to you too. See, I've got several different things happening at the same time. So or that's what I've learnt to do, is have 4 things going. So if one's starting to go, I'm starting to get a bit, uncertain about, I don't think it'll work. Yeah, I'll flip to another one, and that sort of, oh yeah, that should work. So it lifts me up again. So but it's all, and this is kind of what I was thinking about doing the site about. I was almost going to sort of diarise how I was doing things, and how, like the dancing, the room dancing. That's crazy, man. Fuck, that's stupid. I'm thinking about learning to shuffle dance. That looks really cool, though, because I'm getting sick of my steps. But I just most of the time I just stand there. I'll have these slutty little shorts, but I have a longs, and I just stand there, like I get right to, and I sort of, the white t-shirt comes down there, and I strip my shorts off. Dick doesn't show or anything, and it's just, and the chicks just, they're watching. Other guys are going. It's really weird, because I go in, and they've got these huge dicks, and then they say, "You want to see my dick? You want to see my dick?" And they go, fuck off, no, we don't want to see your dick. Yeah, I go in there, fat, bald, tiny dick, and all, because I was standing there just dancing. And it's just crazy. But they direct me and say, get up and dance. They call me curious. I call myself curious. Yeah, dance curious. It gets really slutty. It's good fun. But I was sort of exploring different things that MGTOW can do, so that we can still feel good, but not in a traditional role, not in the way that we're supposed to. Yeah, so dancing, room pole dancing, it's just like, it's just, and people they just shake their head, and guys try to copy me, they can't do it. Fuck do I know why. But yeah, I just do this dancing, and it's just, and chicks all get horny, and it's great fucking night. I used to do it on Saturday night. It was this really good feeling, because like I was dancing with Southeast Asia. I'm here in Australia. I was dancing with a chick in Indonesia, and another one in the Philippines. It's just the hottest feeling. It's Saturday night, we're just having, and I haven't seen this chick from Indonesia for a while, but yeah, and it's just really cool, sort of fun. But too many narcs in there, they're all, oh, you're a fucking arsehole, fuck that. So I sort of stopped doing that, but although I got drunk the other night, and they made me dance, and yeah, so that was going to be the idea of the channel. I was going to try and be an example to. We go to MGTOW and think, yeah, it's great, yeah, fucking women suck, it's really, yeah, we're going to do, and then we're sort of like, yeah, okay, so what do we do? How do we do it? Like you at the moment, you're all down, depressed. What do you fucking do in your situation? Well, I tell you what, get a green screen. That'll help you to begin with. You already feel like you're sitting in Bali. I'm not telling you how to live, but I mean that's what I had to do. I thought, yeah, look, I just, I didn't want to be in a trailer, but it's just because you end up looking at yourself, and after a while, you start believing that you're here in Bali or Greece or wherever, and I thought, oh, that'll make me feel better. So I do, and actually, I haven't been doing, since I've been doing vids again to my Romanian friend Bumba, I'm starting to feel better again, and you actually help that, because it's just fucking natural, normal fucking person, just talking, just whatever's coming to your mind, you say it, and so you're not trying to tell me how to live or anything else like that. You're saying, yeah. And then the other day when you said, fuck it, the second bloody laptop, fuck it. And I thought, Jesus, Darren, I feel for you, man. And you know why I feel for you? Because I fucking blew a screen. I usually have 2 screens. I like, particularly when I'm dancing, I want them all lined up. I dance to all of them, and I'm talking. I have a smoke, and yeah, baby, and they know it too. And I turn the cam and say, yeah, I'm dancing with you. And they go, oh my God, yeah. And it's just, but it's fun. But I blew my fucking screen. I've only got this tiny little screen now, as big as, I remember the old ones. It's flat, but it's actually out of a store, one of those It's an IBM fucking thing, and I bought it years ago for my daughter. Thank God I've got it. It still works. I'd be fucked without it. But yeah, I blew a computer last year. It took me 3 months to save up for one of those. And then this year the fucking screen went, and I so, before Christmas when Bitcoin was going up, I thought, oh, I've got an idea. I'll buy some Bitcoin. So I can get halfway, I'll leg into it, So I fucking starved myself, I got down to, I was living on $1 a week at times, and I'd buy food and that was it. There was nothing else. So I put all fucking money into Bitcoin. Yeah, what happened to Bitcoin? Yeah, I was hoping I'd buy it at a price and get it up a little bit. Yep, and that'll pay for the other. I'll get the fucking screen and that'll be nah, fucking Bitcoin collapse. Ah, fuck it. Okay, so what do we got to do? So when you talked about your laptop, I could relate to it, and that's just how I felt, because that was just about the time when Bitcoin had fallen right out of bed, and I thought, oh fuck, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's just fucked. And I kept thinking, I was sitting here and I'm dragging my feet with all my business ideas. I'm not actually launching, okay? And that was getting on top of me too. And I just thought, oh fuck, what am I going to do here? So then, and I got to thinking, oh no, that's right. And Boomba said, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Why don't you do a video? And I did, and I felt, particularly with the background, and it's like, I mean, a trailer is a trailer. It's not bad. I don't mind. I don't really give a fuck where I live. Okay, but when I put a background up like that, it sort of lifts me up a bit, and it makes me think, yeah, I could be in Bali. Wouldn't mind being in Bali. Wouldn't mind being in Greece or being somewhere else, not here. So it sort of does energise me a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, that was I just sort of picked up on your vibe on what you're doing, and I thought, no, I think Darren's actually one of these authentically grounded guys that the psychologist was talking about. Rare, aren't many of us around. I reckon I'm one too. I don't give a fuck. It's what this is me. This is what I am. Same as you. I'm not trying to project a fucking image or anything. I mean, apart from the bloody green screen, but I'll tell you about that. It's not a, I'm not pretending anything. It's a green screen. But only because it's something nicer to look at than just a fucking shitty old bloody background. So it's more for you and for me. We're both sharing it. Yeah. So, but yeah, I like your style, and I think, we've got I saw a channel here, Scott, Aussie, Sydney MGTOW, he calls himself. He's good looking. He sounds, sort of, Sydney MGTOW. He's got all these followers. And I listened to him and thought, yeah, he sounds just like they did back in 2014. No, I don't want that. It's no good. Yeah, we can sit back and criticise everything about women, but there's sort of no point if you end up with them again. I'm actually a big supporter of men, okay, and women. Actually, it's both the same. But also, I'll be honest here. I really don't think women have evolved. They have. My whole life, I've been hearing about how bad men are. I never hear about how bad women are. They don't, and they haven't had to evolve. It's sort of the assumption is that women are always perfect. I mean, how can you be perfect in 1960 and perfect in 2020? Seriously, 60 years later. They're not being forced to evolve. They're not actually. How can I put it? And not all men have evolved either. These pseudo alphas, will tell you how they laugh at women when they tell them, and yet women will call them a dinosaur, and they probably are, because they're back there. They think it's funny that they haven't evolved, they haven't changed. They are, I'm tough. I'm a male, and they sort of give you this, and yet others who have taken it on board, as I have over the years. Yeah, yeah, the nice guy, like you were talking about in your vid, yeah, um, and you've swallowed the medicine and you've evolved, but they haven't. They're still, unfortunately, I think this is the situation we've got. We've evolved, but they haven't. So we're actually by ourselves. And so in a sense, we have to turn to one another to at least to get some sort of comradeship or some sort of togetherness, because you're not going to get it from women. Like I've had it, and I can sense it strong. And the only one I really feel comfortable with is Marilyn, the whore. And I'm not even interested in sex. And I laughed in an email I said to her today. I said, look, yes, it's crazy. Anybody else would think of sending you dildos, lingerie, something else like that, because you're a cam whore. And she knows it. She admits it. And I said, no, I'm really getting off and sending you a nice handbag and a nice new shirt that you can wear for your passport application. It's making you happy. And I thought, how strange is that? Yet she doesn't expect anything of me. Okay. All she says is, why does God keep sending me poor men? And I thought, sorry, AB, she calls herself Asian Babe _4. We've shortened to AB. Yeah. Sorry, AB. I just don't know. It's not my fucking fault. Okay. Yeah, it probably is, but yeah, that's the way it goes. But anyway, I think I've covered everything on this. I don't know whether to make a MGTOW channel. I'd rather just do an occasional vid to you, or I do a daily one to Boomba. But that's that's just how it's evolved for me, and I don't know that I don't know that I want comments from anybody. In fact, somebody watched one of my vids to Boomba, and I got a comment saying I gave it a like, but fuck, it was boring. I said, well, of course it's fucking boring. It wasn't you, but I don't care. Yeah, I think I've had one comment, one view. As I say, it's just under a Bob and Boomba channel. Yeah, but it was yeah. He said, oh, I watched it, gave you a like. Fuck, it was boring. I laughed. I don't give a shit. I'm actually, Darren, I'm just trying to, and I think you're probably in the same boat as well. Yeah, like what the fuck do you have to do to live, and to live happily? Because it's sort of, okay, we know the old paradigm doesn't work. It's fucked. All right? And it's complicated by your cold weather. And I'm the opposite. I've got the hot weather to deal with, but that doesn't bother me anymore because I don't eat nearly as much as I've learned to eat. Oh, I have to tell you a funny story. Years ago when this first happened, when I had this, I was talking to this chick from the Philippines because we all chat in this one room, okay? And I was feeding chicken meat to a lizard, and I put the cam on. So I say, here, I'm sharp, and she goes, oh, lucky lizard. She said, I never get meat, and I didn't realise it at the time, but anyway, she's scamming me, right? She's trying to. I thought, oh fuck you, poor thing. I thought, no, okay, that's it. Okay, I'm going to reduce my meat consumption down to. So I now eat so little meat. I cook stir fries, mostly vegetables, a little bit of chicken, and that's it. So and slowly wean myself off it. Like I can live on about $30 a week if I really push it. And anyway, when Floor came on, I bought some pork, a finger pork, that means. And I came out and she said, oh, we'll cook this dish. I said, okay. So I put the vegetables in and I put the pork in, like a spoonful or two. And she said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean, what am I doing? She said, put the meat in. I said, I did put the meat in. She said, no, put all of it in. I said, you're fucking kidding, aren't you? What, all of this meat in there? She said, yeah. And I explained the story, what Jamie had said to me. And she said, oh, she's scamming you. She was. we all eat a heap of meat, don't we? She's scared. Oh, the dirty little rotten. Yeah, Jamie was this really good-looking, um, good-looking Indian Filipino, really attractive, except sometimes her hair picked up, which made her look really Filipino. And but she's just a scammer, and the guys would send her money. She'd never do anything for it. She'd just take the money and run, and then call them stupid. Uh, so, but she fucking got me. So but she helped. I cut my meat consumption down to blazes. Yeah, I can live on about $30 a week now. It's too tight. Like this week this fortnight, fuck it, I bought everything. Soft drink, ice cream, the whole fucking thing. I watch you drinking Coke and that sort of thing. I normally drink water and a lot of coffee. I even had to learn to reduce my milk, put less milk in there, and it still works. But yeah, so it's just all little ideas like that. And this is maybe what guys are talking about when they say, they want to know how to live cheaply, because I think we're all getting into the same boat. How do you live cheaply? Yeah. So maybe that's what they're talking about. It's I noticed you did a vid on it or something. They're just like cheap ideas. Yeah. Well, that's how I did it. But slowly, yeah. But getting scammed for that, oh, fucking funny. But and it's oh. So to try and live, because I want to, I want to get lighting for my green screen. I've now got to get a new screen. Plus, I fucking stabbed the fridge. I've got one of those little bar fridges. I was pissed one night. I got the knife out to get fucking frozen chicken out. Went straight through the bloody freezer. Fucked the thing. Yeah, so I've got to, a couple $100. So I've got to save up for that. But I need to buy pics for web pages and that sort of thing. So I have to cut my, I'm not going to go out and work. I'm pretty antisocial. In real life, they'll bring you down. They've actually, particularly Australians, Canadians are probably no better. If you're doing something a bit unusual, they sort of frown and look down your nose at you. I'm not going back to that shit, man. No fucking way. Not the cultural Marxism around. Yeah, so I want to try and create something online. But yeah, maybe you're a part of it. I don't know. Maybe you're not. It's sort of, and you sort of seem to be saying with a live stream. I don't know whether you were sort of saying, can someone else, some of my viewers actually stream to me and talk to me, given that you've got nothing to do except watch videos all day, and might as well be someone who knows you and talks to you and likes you and that sort of thing, as opposed to some stranger in somewhere else that's got no interest in you. But I don't know. That's what I read into it. And I thought, I don't know if I want to set up a channel, because I'd have to think up an introductory spiel like you've got. I think, no, I just don't want anything more at the moment. I've got 4 business startups on the go, and I'm dragging my feet with them like you wouldn't believe. I'm nervous about the prospects. I could probably die a pauper. I probably will. But I don't know. Maybe it's that, and also maybe I sort of I'm really interested in how we live as people. I think underneath it all, that's my even how we're going to make money in the future, how we're going to earn an income. And see, I watch your videos, and I think my first comment to you was, I think people would believe you if you're selling something. And it's so easy to set up a site these days, a multi-site or anything with WordPress. And if you could either sell somebody else's product or sell your own. Come up with ideas that I can talk more about it if you're interested on different things. Or just, I think we're entering that era where there's not a lot of money around. People don't spend much, or want to spend much. So this is what with the Friendly Club I thought too. Rather than go out to but like $6, $5 or $6 for a drink. No. Have a drink online. I suppose you could do it in the local area. Let's have a drink together online. And then you come around to my place and I'll fuck you. I don't know. I sort of thought about doing it in remotely, even in different countries. But I was watching your vid and I thought, yeah, maybe it's possible. Like, um, you could, you just set up, like you could promote it on your channel, just in that area, and yeah, and then you just cut in the post. I don't know how to work, but can you see what I'm saying? It's like you're sort of looking at all the traditional things, like let's be a tattoo artist, let's do this, let's do that. I don't. I look at what happens with me is I and this is how my previous business worked with my wife. We had the problem ourselves. Yeah, usually the better businesses come from when you actually have the problem yourself, or you've done something with somebody that they enjoyed and worked, but it's not like you've got this, this would work it's got this great idea to work. Those ideas don't work. Okay, the ideas that do work is when you have a problem yourself and you found a way to solve it. And this is what I found with my friendly club. I got to a point and I was really low, and I thought, I'd just like to have Sunday drinks and lunch with somebody. Sunday's my bad day, okay, family day, okay. And I thought, it'd be really good if I could just we could have drinks together and a meal together. And this is when AB wanted to set up the horse site. I said, can we just do that? Just have drinks together. I couldn't even get her to do that because the internet was so fucked, and I just couldn't get it through their head that it's possible to sit there and have a drink and that sort of thing. And I mean, I think it's easily possible. If you were there and I was here, I could have a drink with you. That'd be as good as anything else. Yeah, I want a drink. Yeah, bang, there you go. But I mean, I don't know. It was just like I thought. Yeah, I could buy the drinks and that sort of thing. Yeah, just do that sort of thing together. That just didn't work out. I couldn't. I made the website. It's all set up. Fucking multi-sites, man. I could put 1,000 people on there. It's just bang, add it. I need to get a better hosting. That's all I've got. And get the payment set, but it's pretty much all set up. It's all works like it. And those sort of ideas, I think, it was something I wanted. I felt low. I didn't want somebody here. I really felt like having a drink with a whore. Okay, we just sit back, throw our fucking feet up, and we get pissed together. But I just couldn't get it across the line. But even like that, I mean, I just thought, rather than go out to a bar, spend all this fucking money, she could be the bar owner. And, she's her own custom, you know what I mean? Like, she's a bar girl in her own house, and I buy the drinks. But see, there they wanted, no, you have to give me money to buy the drinks. Then they wouldn't show up for it. Yeah, okay. And the internet didn't work. Okay. And they can't speak confidently, so I thought, okay, maybe I could talk, you can type, and that sort of worked. But it's too hard. And most of the Filipinos, they're fucking scammers, okay, and poor, and from the provincial areas, and internet was shit. So I got to think, all right, fuck that for now. Yeah, maybe I'll do it Australian to Australian. And I think, but I was not. Then I thought, fuck it, I might even just do it as a hobby. Just personally, just because I don't mind doing it. I don't mind having a drink. That way I could just sort of, have a drink. Yeah, let's have a drink with someone. But so I think the future is all ideas like that. And what you do is you think, no, this is what I want. But it's not here. It doesn't exist. And then the next thing you think is, is it hard to set up? Can I set it up? How much would it cost? And the chances are, if you want it, then others are going to want it. Okay, that's the theory of it. Whether it works out to be economically feasible or not, I don't know. But that's how, cause when I see you sitting there all depressed and morbid, and this is a time you need something. Okay, and what is it? And the chances are, if you need it, others need it. Oh, look, it could be set up a contact with people in, look at it, Bali. It's just, I don't know what it is, But there'd be some way, or some little idea that you might be able to commercialise. Okay, and the way with WordPress, you can get those other things that are even, but WordPress is easy enough, and you get a WordPress multi-site. So if you come up with an idea that lots of people can do, you can actually create a huge business for $300. So don't get too down and despondent, and start thinking a little bit outside of the square. That there are other things you could do. But anyway, look, I've raved on here for God knows how long, too long, shit, almost an hour. But that's me, Darren. It's nice to meet you, and I wish you luck with everything else like that. I don't know that I will do a MGTOW site. I've thought about it, but no, I've got too much. I might do one later. And I suppose as a final note, your presentation style works, and you're all over the place, just like me. Okay, and you don't give a fuck, and you're popular. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm seeing in you too. That you're just being yourself, and maybe that's making me think. Well, yeah, maybe I could do a site. Maybe I could do because I thought, oh, look, not that it would have bothered me otherwise, but can you see what I'm saying? You're sort of giving me confidence that yeah, you work, and you're just you. I don't like most of the people are narcs. They're actually working out what people respond to, what they like, and they'll do this and you can see it. You can see it in there. They're actors. They're bullshit artists. Even if they're MGTOW, they're bullshit artists. I know it. You can just tell. But you're just doing it naturally, and you couldn't give a shit. And I thought, yeah, that's good. That's what I would like too. But I don't know. Anyway, look, that's an hour, so I'm going. And yeah, keep up the good work. I'll keep watching your vids. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.